I know you guys. I heard the buzz, the media hype, the social media hype. You already know about this new movie, Get Out. Was actually talking about it a little bit with Roy. The new movie just came out a couple of weeks ago, man. Directed by Jordan Peele. Some of you guys might have seen him. He's a comedian. Uh, this was his first movie that he's directed, and it already hit 100 million at the box office.
Wow.
And growing, guys. Shout out to Jordan Peele, by the way, man. Such man. I saw this movie, and I'll be honest, I was intrigued. I was like, wow, this shit's crazy. That's all I could think. I'm just watching this, and I'm just like, okay. And for those of you who haven't seen it, man, you guys gotta definitely check the movie out. I don't even know what to say. We might give away some spoilers, so if you guys haven't seen it, definitely check it out. But we are gonna give away a little bit of some spoilers. But yeah, I mean, man, this movie right here, it definitely caught my attention from the beginning. I'd say from the beginning to the end, it was definitely a wild ride, I can say, about the movie. There's a couple things that come out as far as with the movie. I mean, there's a lot of different scenes and things that happen along the journey that kind of stand out a lot as far as what were some of the messages that, they wanted to let the audience know and things like that. So I saw a couple things like that.
And I'm curious because I seen the previews and I should have seen that instead of Logan. So let's get it. I'm intrigued right now.
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, we see the start of the movie, right? I actually got to see this movie a couple days ago, and it was crazy. So, from the beginning, I mean, it definitely had my attention. From the first scene, that you see this guy walking in the middle of the street in some quiet little suburb, right? The only thing that's on is like the street lights or whatever. You see this guy walking down the street, and next to he's sounds like he's talking on the phone. He's talking to somebody like, yeah, I'm in this suburb. There's nobody here. I don't know where the hell I'm at, but I'm just gonna, get out and, leave, and I'll find my way back, whatever. And he's walking down the street, and he notices a car following him. So he's basically all alone on this street, and next there's a car following him. And every time he would stop, the car would stop. And next thing you know, he was just like, okay, I need to get the hell up out of here. So he kind of starts talking to himself, kind of like calming himself down a bit. He looks, next thing you know, there's a car there. The driver's doors open, and he's looking around like, who the hell is this following me? And next thing you know, you see somebody just grab him, put him in a headlock, put him to sleep, and take him into the car.
What?
Yeah.
See,
they kidnapped the man.
Wait a minute, hold on. So the scene start off like that?
It does, yeah.
Is this like a before or after scene to where
this is before? This is like one of the first scenes in the movie.
Because they be having movies to where they show something and then they scratch that and then tell you how the movie is. They show the movie and then up to that point.
This is like in the beginning. This was in the beginning. So this is what
Dude got kidnapped at the very
Dude got kidnapped in the beginning of the movie. And see, that's what happens when you walk down the street in the suburbs.
Careful.
Yes, I'm
City
telling
might
you.
Be safer and shit.
No, I'm good. I'll stay where I can hear the police sirens. That's fine with me.
You know
but so this guy just gets kidnapped and taken into a car, and they drive away, and it's over with. And and it's like, phew, the car's gone. And then it cuts into the scene. You're looking at it from the beginning. I mean, it's a story about, this black man, obviously, named Chris, who is dating a white woman named Rose.
So I got a question. So
What's your question?
So this guy that got kidnapped, is this happen to be the same guy that's the main character?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. So, pretty much it's, about a black man. He's dating this white girl, whatever. And, I mean, the brother's pretty successful. I mean, he got his own little thing going on. I mean, they show him in the beginning of the movie, they show him in his house. He got a nice house, nice place. He's a photographer. pretty smart individual. You know what I'm saying? He's got some things going, and whatnot, and you know they're actually there's a part, he's getting ready and whatnot. Next thing you know, his girlfriend comes. They're in his apartment, and she's telling him, just talking about the getaway. About the getaway. I'm sorry. She invited him to spend the weekend with her family. So he's like, have you told him that I'm black?
Right.
And she's looking like, well, what do you mean? And he's like, well, yeah, I mean, you might want to tell your white family that I'm a black man. So, they kind of laugh it off in a sense, and everything. And, I mean, they just progress in the movie, and they head off. They head off to this place, to basically the girl's family's estate. And they're stopped because they hit a deer along the way.
They hit a deer too?
They hit a deer.
Wait.
Yes.
So.
What got confused there? What
yeah,
happened
because in the preview, if something flew across that bad boy, like what the hell was that?
And that was a deer.
Come on, so the deer flew. It was a reindeer up in this joint.
Somebody threw it. They did something, but all they know is that they hit it and then it just flew somewhere else.
Wow.
And so just imagine you're driving along the road. You're talking to whoever, your woman, whatever, and next thing you know, boom, something just flies at your windshield, and the next thing you know, you don't see it anymore. And it's like, what the hell? What is that?
Right.
But it was crazy. The thing just flew at the windshield. They get there. Obviously, they're scared as hell, because something just flew at their fucking car. You know what I mean? So, yeah, they're scared. They're all shocked and everything. And, they call the police. They're like, hey, we got to report this. Report it to the police. And, the police, he's giving Chris a hard time. White police officer pulls him over, starts giving Chris a hard time, asking for his identification. She's like, what do you mean? Why are you asking for his identification? He wasn't driving the car.
Right.
And he was just like, it's fine, it's okay, I'll give him my ID and whatnot. She's like, no, you don't have to give him anything. So she, kind of played the role. And, I guess, playing that, okay, I'm going to help you, And he pretty much leaves him alone. Police officer leaves him alone, and they go about their way. And, they talk about it briefly in the car, like, hey, I saw what you did, you helped me out there or whatever. She's like, oh, I just did it, because, pretty much like, oh, well,
did she
I'm
do
your
something
girl.
with her hands or something like that? Did she do something slick or some shit?
She played the role well. Let's just put it like that. And, they go about their business. They get to their house, and automatically, they get to the door. The family's greeting them and everything. And, they get there, and, they sit down, and they start, having a conversation. So the whole family is there. You got this black man goes into this white family's house. The father's there, the mother's there, and they start talking and things like that. And it's funny because since the beginning, he does have a best friend in the movie. He does have a best friend named Rod. What is his name? Shout out to Mr. Lil Rel. Lil Rel comes out in the movie.
Really?
Yes. Wow. Comedian Lil Rel comes out in the movie as well. And he plays his best friend. And throughout the beginning, he tells him, you need to be careful. You go into this white family's house, and you're a black man. What are you doing there? And he's like, oh, it's fine. He's like, all right. He's like, okay, just, keep me posted on everything. And, he makes it clear, obviously that's his friend.
Right.
Cares about his friend. He wants to make sure his friend, is okay and whatnot. So, say, okay, cool, I'll call you later. And from the start, you got this guy, he's in this place, he doesn't know where he's at. He's not familiar with these people. Starts to notice things. A lot of different things. And I think you probably know some of the things that he starts noticing as well
from the preview.
Some of the stuff that you saw.
Right. He started seeing people crying for no reason with smiles on their face. What's up with that?
He's noticing. And it's not only that, but he starts noticing things as far as the type of environment. You have this white family, and the only people that are in there, the only black people that are there are all in, like, servant positions, like a housekeeper. There's another guy there, he's like a groundskeeper. He's the one that's over there cutting grass and doing all that garden shit, whatever they do. You know what I mean? And then you have another guy.
Sure, it ain't a Mexican.
No, it ain't. That's what they're gonna be after next.
Real
so we're gonna talk about that.
Saying,
we're gonna talk about that too. They probably after that too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we gonna talk. We gonna get into that a little later. I'm gonna ask a couple questions as far as that too.
Yeah.
But you know, he starts noticing these things about these people, and then the father's like, well, you know, he's like, I know what you're thinking. You see people, and you're like, oh, you think this is like a slavery thing or something? And he's
That's
like,
what I'm thinking.
It is.
Wow.
This is what they want them as, obviously. You know what I mean? But you got to look at it like that. If they have the only people there and they're like catering to these people, that's what they want them.
So that made me think about the whole scene. Now, hold on. Now, you got to finish the movie because now I'm thinking the wheel turning.
You know, he starts noticing different things throughout the movie. And, you know, that was one of the things he noticed. He was like, okay, well, why are they all servants? You know, so he's walking. He's getting a tour from the dad. The dad offers to take him on a tour of the house. Mm-hmm. And there's another part. They're passing through the hallway, and next thing you know, they stop at a picture. And Rose's father starts talking about the picture, showing their grandfather. They're like, hey, you know, the grandfather, he obviously used to, I guess he ran track. He was doing something, and, I mean, he was a good athlete, obviously, and he ended up getting a spot to compete in the Olympics.
Wow.
So their grandfather, you know, he competed in the Olympics, and he also competed against a very famous athlete at the time, Mr. Jesse Owens.
I knew it.
And they raced, and he lost. Lost in Germany against Jesse Owens.
So let me guess. He got a personal vendetta now. He lost. He thought he had all.
I was drinking some Sprite. Yes.
So he thinking because whatever he did to get in the Olympics and compete, and he lost. So now he got a personal vendetta. So I'm thinking that. I didn't see the movie, y'all, but I'm just guessing.
There is a comment that the father makes, and he says he never got over it.
See, personal vendetta.
So that obviously right there, that was another red flag for me personally. I'm watching this movie, I was like, oh, look at this. These people over here are servants. Now, look at this. He just said it. He has never gotten over that. I was like, oh shit, dude, you need to get out.
Get out.
You gotta get out now. Like, literally. He ain't even been there 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. You need to get the hell up out of that house. All these red flags, personally, when I'm watching the movie, all these red flags are popping up, you know what I'm saying, in my mind. So I know, you know what I'm saying, like, dude is seeing all of this craziness and whatnot. So, you know, he goes throughout the house. He sits down with the parents, you know, they're having some lemonade out in the patio. And, you know, these are white folks, they got money, you know what I'm saying. So they got their own estate and whatnot. And he starts shaking. You see this black man, Chris, he's over here, kind of like fidgeting in a sense. Mm-hmm. And mind you, their parents, you know, this white girl's family, the mother was a psychiatrist, and the father, I believe, was a doctor.
Wow.
So they start noticing his behavior. They start paying attention to him. And she's like, oh, you're over there fidgeting. What, you need a smoke, right? You're addicted to nicotine? Mm-hmm. The father starts giving his spill as far as, you know, about nicotine, things like that, how he used to smoke and whatnot. And he's like, yeah. He's like, well, you know, you should let Missy help you out with that. Basically helping him, you know, kick that habit and whatnot. He gives a little idea as far as her doing hypnosis. Things of that sort.
Here we go.
Oh, it's going to start to get really good, man.
Real peculiar around this joint right about now.
So they start walking around, and, you know, he starts noticing these things about these people, and he just can't quite put the finger on it yet. He hasn't been able to figure it out. But, you know, he calls his friend. You know, they're talking about it. He's staying in constant communication with his friend. So he's like, okay, you know what I'm saying? He's calling his friend. He's like, man, I don't know what's up with these people. These people are kind of off. His friend's like, man, dude, you need to be careful. They're I've been telling you that. And he's like, oh, well, I'm just going to stick it out and, let's see what happens, whatnot.